Good morning, it is day 155 and we are venturing out onto the metro for the first time since we've come back to Bangkok. I'm out of the house, which is great, and we are going, Tim's just admiring the Khlong, and talking about Khlongs, we are going back to where it all started, back to the first place we stayed on our travels, Khlong Toei, and check out the market, the wet market that we stumbled across. So yeah, exciting.
It's early in the morning, but I am learning. Apparently, is hawking panhandling or weighing the scales of justice? I'm not sure. I'm going to say panhandling. But I am in firm agreement with the durian, but that seems like a bit of a killjoy attitude. No balloons. What's that?
So we are getting our train to Salat Dang, and then from there we change, and it's only a couple of stops, but we have to keep on buying individual tickets at the moment until we figure out how to do this. But it's 55 baht, which is just over £1.
So before you do that, let's see if you apply for a child's ticket. Oh no, well over.
BTS only, and NR2? No, just BTS. Okay, cool. Thank you. We have our coin, but I did check with the lady at the kiosk and said, do you have like a card that we can use on all the underground stations or the metro stations? And they don't, they only have it on their particular line. We are in Khlong Toei, and I've noticed we've just come out of the station and the building here is no longer. It's been pulled down, and I definitely noticed the change as soon as I came out of the station. Tim wasn't too sure, but yeah, there was definitely a building there. There was definitely something there anyway. And 5 months later, it is no longer.
And we are back in our old neighbourhood, the Electricity Authority behind me. A massively impressive building. Then opposite we have the Med Park Hospital, which fortunately I have not had to visit. And we're about to pass the hotel that we stayed at for, well, our initial stop in Bangkok. There we go. Should I say it's good to be home? I'm not sure it's classed as home, but yeah, it's cool. And we're going to carry on wandering down the road in this direction, which was initially a wrong turn we took trying to find Lumpini Park, and purely by accident we ended up in Khlong Toei wet market, and it was on, I think, the first or second day, and it was a great experience. It was a real eye-opener, an introduction to an older part of Bangkok, let's say. So the wet market is located in Khlong Toei, which is described as Bangkok's biggest slum. In 1 square mile they have 100,000 people living, and it's located on the Chao Phraya River on the Port Authority land. And it's it's a massive wet market, which is, I guess, is it topical still? But we heard so much about wet markets back during COVID-19, and yeah, it was great. It really was good, and I'm looking forward to going back. And it's the one thing from our travels in Bangkok that I thought, yeah, I need to go back there and check it out again.
So just there on the right hand side is where we first stayed on our travels, the Finders Seekers, and on day 1 this is where we first had our street food. Where these bikes are now, they have tables laid out, so maybe that's in the evening. But yeah, we're going back down memory lane.
Behind me there is that night street food market where I cut my teeth and decided that yeah, they are probably better places to eat as opposed to across the mall, the park complex, where yeah, we had a far more expensive meal that was nowhere near as good as heading down into a local spot. And this big interchange, I remember walking around this a fair few times. And there we go, from ultra new, a swing of the camera and overlooking that market. Let's go and check it out.
Oh, the durian.
And I definitely did not appreciate how big this market is. It just keeps on going and going and going. I think we're in the fruit and veg section now, and perhaps my slow amble through is not fast enough for people wanting to transport their goods here, there and around the market. So I'm doing my best to walk at a decent pace, but yeah, it's really busy, and it's midday, so I guess it's one that starts early and carries on going. And it is super interesting to see that with all the fish, it's yeah, they're still moving, they're still wriggling, they are as fresh as it gets, and I guess that's what you want to see if you're buying fish, I guess, especially if you're in this hot climate.
Khlong Toei Market is huge. When we last here, we literally just walked one little strip and we decided to turn right, and this market goes on forever. This place, they are doing the fish, the meat, the vegetables. Look at that. I mean, I particularly wouldn't know what to order, how to order, especially in terms of weight against currency. But yeah, it's crazy. It's busy. There's bikes. There's buyers. Tim's favourite place. All the chilies, all the chilies. It amazes me how much produce there is that they have to sell on a daily basis, and my head goes, what happens if you can't sell it? What do you do with it? Especially all the meats and all the fish. And we definitely have the wrong footwear. Everyone's got their like Wellington boots, and we've got sandals, and it's pretty wet and muddy right now. Yeah, look. It's just never ending.
just needed to watch out. I thought he was going to throw that bucket right over me. It's a mad place to come and see, and I really would recommend it. And I think as well, if your kids come with you, they will firmly understand where food comes from. And there is everything here. And when I'm going through the veg section, I don't know what half of it is. I can recognise certain things here. And there's one of those industrious porters carrying his wares here, there and everywhere. And I guess this is where all that amazing street food starts life, in these raw ingredients. And it is crazy to see all the different sections. So you've got stuff where people are making food, but definitely it's more of a raw produce market where people are coming and perhaps going to go and sell on their little stalls and mobile shops here, there and everywhere. But you surely can get everything. Those were the sights, sounds and smells of Khlong Toei Wet Market, Bangkok's biggest, and we did manage to navigate our way through the labyrinth and out to safety. I think we were safe in there, but it was all absolutely rammed and packed in there. It's mad to see, you know, the live animals wriggling, the animals being butchered, the vegetables everywhere, the stuff being cooked. It's all in there, and you do feel very enclosed as you're going through, and it's really, really hot, and it kind of does make your senses explode. You're being attacked from every angle. You've got bikes coming past, porters pushing you out of the way because you're being too slow. So yeah, a great experience, and I would definitely recommend it. And we have retreated to the luxury mall opposite, which is in stark contrast, and I do hope that it survives. Yeah, it seems like it's thriving though. It's absolutely rammed.
It's what the locals do.
You struggled a bit though.
I did, with the humidity. So yeah, we've escaped to the
humidity or the animals.
Both. The animals too, especially when we went through the animals, probably left like the feathers and furs and stuff like that. But yeah, definitely a place to come.